Hey ladies. So good morning, grand risings. I cannot find my earrings. So we will be doing it with no earrings on. I was trying to be like, I'm trying to get cute for y'all. But anyways, so on this live, excuse my jacket. I'll talk about what that means in just a moment. But what we'll be talking about in this video is how to overcome insecurities. So I got my camera in the vertical motion. So if you guys have any questions or comments, then I will actually see them. So please feel free to engage with me on this video. So how to overcome insecurities, and what are some of the insecurities that I had and still have. So one thing I want to say is that a lot of our insecurities come from our childhood. So it comes from children. A lot of the times it can be like adults in our family who had insecurities, because as I gotten older, I thought adults were like these perfect people and they were these superheroes because, I don't know, as a child, it's like, I don't really know anything and you seem like you have it all together or whatever. But as I became an adult, I'm like, adults don't always have it all together just because they're older. So that was one of the things that, I had realized as I became an adult. So that's one thing. And so a lot of the times adults are projecting their own insecurities onto children. So that's one of the things. That's the first thing, is 4 reasons on how to overcome your insecurities. The first one is to become aware and accept the fact that you are insecure about something. Whatever you resist persists. So if you keep trying to deny the fact that you are insecure about something or you have an insecurity, you're only prolonging the healing. And I know a lot of people say this, like, accept the fact or acknowledge the issue or whatever. That is true. One of the main things that I still have an insecurity about is my arms. So that's why I usually have on a jacket. Now, I don't mind being without the jacket. Like, I can be without the jacket, but it's just something with, I don't know, like, I can walk with like my arms out if I'm like out and about and I don't see it. But then if I'm like on camera like this, it makes me want to like put on a jacket. Plus, I'm always usually like kind of chilly and stuff, but I am a little warm, but I had the jacket on. I'm getting warm now. It's hot. So I will usually wear a jacket, but I also can be without the jacket. So it's not that I know that it's still some kind of uncomfort with me not having the jacket on. So I still say, I'm still kind of insecure about that, but I'll still be without it. But before, I would not. You would not see me out here with a spaghetti strap on, with no kind of jacket on, like half sleeve, quarter sleeve, whatever. I just would not like it. I just won't. And a lot of the times my insecurity came from when I was younger, like just being skinny. Adults saying I'm so skinny, telling my mom that that she's not feeding me, saying that I'm just a stick or whatever. Children saying the same thing, like I'm just skinny, I'm just this. I don't even have any curves. When now that I think about it, I was little. So it's just like, of course I don't have any curves. I'm like going through puberty kind of thing. So just be aware of that. Like, look back on, that's the second thing. Reflect on why you feel this way. Why are you insecure? And usually start to think about when you first started to feel this way about yourself. It may came from like your uncle, it may came from your dad or your mom, like your cousins, or it may came from like children that were getting bullied. And it's important for you to look at, where this came from, because a lot of the times you're carrying things from your past into the present moment, and that may not necessarily be true anymore. Which it isn't. So one of the things, okay, so I got teased about my body in general, my forehead. What else did I get teased about? My big old forehead, my arms, my skinniness, and it was something else that I got teased about. I can't really remember at this time, but I had a lot. They did tease me about this. My bags under my eyes. So I used to always wear my glasses. I never wanted to be seen without my glasses. I can't see without my glasses, but I always wanted to wear my glasses, and I always wanted to wear eyeliner to like make my eyes look not so naked so that it didn't draw the attention to the bags kind of thing. I know it's kind of weird, but I would put on eyeliner and it just seemed like it made my eyes look more appealing. When I didn't have an eyeliner, it seemed like it brought more attention to the bags. So one of the things I started to do was I started to accept, this was about like 4 or 5 years ago, after like the whole suicide attempt thing, because I was like, I'm on a journey to like love myself. I need to accept myself. So I had stopped doing a lot of things. Anybody that ever knows me knows that I like stopped wearing makeup abruptly. Like stopped wearing makeup. I had stopped shaving like my armpits. I had stopped shaving my legs. I still don't shave my legs from time to time. It's just like whatever. Um, I don't I don't I had stopped wearing eyeliner to force myself to accept the beauty that was already there. So you could try to do that as well. I say take action steps. So that's a way on you how you can overcome your insecurities by taking action. If you don't like the fact that you if you don't like something about your body, do something about it, really. So if it's your arms, accept the fact that you have an insecurity and start wearing jackets or something. It's okay. Like that's what I do. Or start walking around, go out the house, and instead of putting a jacket on, force yourself to be without the whatever is trying to mask the insecurity. um and just start to like accept yourself with it, because and start to tell yourself, your arms are beautiful. Like it's okay. Like when the thought comes, like, your arms just look like so skinny. No, they don't. They're okay, because it's these thoughts in your head. So you basically have to like shift your perspective on how you really feel about your arms, and also, or whatever insecurity it is, and also focus on the greater things. So it may not be your arms, it may be like a character flaw that you're insecure about. You probably just think like you're ugly in general, or you probably feel like you talk too much or something like that. Actively work on that. And so I would say that take action steps and shift your focus on something else. Shift your focus on something else, a part of your body that's great, that you love, because a lot of the times we focus a lot on what's going wrong and what's not working or what's missing in our life or in our body. And the more we focus on that, the more it seems to highlight the fact that this is a problem, when we don't really give enough credit to the things that we do like about our body. Like I really liked my hair, or I really liked I guess that my stomach was flat, I guess, or that I was short, or that I was fun size. Now when people say, Ari, you so small, I'll be like, yep, I'm fun size. Ari, do you eat? And I'm like, yeah, I eat a lot actually. Or when I first started like not eating meat, they was like, that's why you so skinny. You don't eat no meat. That used to be a big thing. And if people don't really know me, they probably still say it too, if they're just getting to meet me. That's why you so small. I'm like, okay. Sometimes I say, okay. Or another time I'll be like, well, I've kind of always been small. It just depends on what I feel at the moment. If I feel like I want to explain and be like, I've always been small. This has just been my figure all my life. But I'll say that. So the first one is to accept the fact that you have an insecurity. Don't try to keep denying it. The second one is reflect on why you have this insecurity. So think back on like when you started to feel this way. Was it at school, from bullies? Was it like a family member? Was it like a parent? Was it just random strangers talking about you or saying things? Think about that. And then the third thing is to shift your focus. So shift your focus onto the greater things about yourself, because there is beauty about you, and capitalize off of that. Don't keep focusing on the fact that your body or your character flaw is negative. Focus on the things that you do like about yourself. So that's one way you can shift your focus. And the second way you can shift your focus is to start to work on it. So, if you want a flatter tummy, or you want um you want something that can be changed, and actively work on that. Google things on what you can do to work on it. I also feel like I had small boobs all my life. Some things you can't really change, like I can't really make my arms be more fatter, like it's just not happening. So and then I can't just make my boobs. I can go get a breast implant, but I just can't make my boobs be bigger. So I just had to accept the fact that my boobs are small, and I just had to think about the fact, like, I'm a small person. Like, I'm short. I'm 5'1". I'm like 102 pounds soaking wet. So I'm really like a small person. And like, if I had these big old boobs or this big old butt or whatever the case is, it would not look right on me. So my figure is good for my body type. And actually, when I started doing yoga, I didn't really have like kind of curves, but when I started doing yoga, I did start having, it kind of toned the body out a little bit. So, my butt lifted a little bit. It became, a little bit more rounder. My hips came out a little bit. Then my arms got super strong again. Like, I don't know, my arms just toned so fast, and people are like, Ari, I love your arms. And I'm like, I don't like the fact that they get so strong so fast. Like, and some people would wish that their body would get so strong so fast. But you have to understand, everybody has insecurities. People think that just because people are skinny that they don't have insecurities. Because they wish that they had that. Or just because people are bigger. Like, I thought that people that were like a little bit bigger than me, like, why are you insecure about that? Like, I want to have your body. And they're like, girl, I would love to have your thighs, your arms. And so, everybody got something that they're insecure about. So I feel like, by us being more open and vulnerable about the things that we're insecure about, is to let people know that we're not alone. By us denying it, is us like keeping it in, holding in, letting the feelings just ruminate in there about this whole, like, we're just this strong person, when really we could connect with people when we open up to the fact, like, hey, I got this issue too. Or, hey, I feel this way about my body. Or, hey, like, that's when we really can like build connections with people, by being open and letting people know, like, you're not the only person that's going through that. And then the fourth thing is to hang around people that, pour into you and uplift you. I think that that's a big thing. So one of the things I talk about with my clients. One of the things I talk about with my clients is, we all have people in our life that we are maybe not serving us in a way. In a way, everybody is serving us, because if a person is being toxic, they're serving us in a way to motivate us to change or motivate us to go somewhere else. But, for the lack of better terms, who are not serving us, who are just being toxic, we'll just say it like that. There are people, even if it's one, quality over quantity, there are people in your life that they may be a little bit more uplifting, and a lot of the times when I was like really in my toxic ways and in that low vibration, I really didn't like people who were like, oh, super positive and stuff like that. But, start to hang around those people a little bit more that's going to pour into you. Because a lot of the times when you hang around the people that if you have insecurities, and then all y'all do is talk about y'all insecurities, and all y'all do is complain about things, it's going to keep affirming to you that you have that insecurity, and you're not going to be able to grow out of that. And that's also kind of like a comfort zone. And sometimes that comfort zone may start to seem a little uncomfortable. You may not really like to hang around those people, and that may like really frustrate you. But, so I was talking about with my clients, like, start hanging around the people that, you like to hang around, that serve you. Start doing that more. If these people are getting on your nerves, then one, if you don't have those people, stop. If you don't have those uplifting people, stop hanging around those other people. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, more times than not, in order to get something in life, or in order to achieve a goal within yourself or within like external, you have to start doing the stuff first. A lot of times we wait until it's like this perfect moment to be able to do it. Or we wait until we get this, until we can do it. The perfect time is always now. The past is gone and the future is not here. So we always have now. There is no other time. When the future moment comes, we'll be living it in the now. When the past moment had passed and when we was doing that then, it was happening in the now. Everything is always happening right now. I'm not saying that, be impulsive and don't think about things, but, you don't want to be an analysis paralysis and then your moment steady passing you by, and then, yeah. So stop hanging around those people now. You may not have uplifting people to hang around at that very moment, or you may not be able to have a lot of people. Like, let's say you got like 5 toxic friends. You may have one uplifting friend. Still start spending more time around that uplifting friend and less time around that 5 toxic friends. Or maybe you may have those 5 toxic friends and don't have any uplifting friends. That may be a time where you just spend your time alone. A lot of times we can get to the point where we don't want to feel alone in things, but we need to be able to be by ourselves because we are with ourselves 24/7. So we need to learn how to be able to be comfortable by ourselves and be happy with that, so that when certain friends are not around, then we can be okay with that. So that's for people that fear being alone and stuff like that, because some people love being alone and they could do that like all year, days out the year. So start spending more time around people who pour into you, who embody the kind of characteristics or the habits that you want. Like, if you want to work on something, get a gym friend. I'm pretty sure somebody that goes to the gym all the time, and you probably you thinking about reaching out to them, and it's like, dang, they go to the gym all the time though. Like, I don't want to be going to the gym that much. But, let them know, like, hey, can I start going to the gym with you, once a week or whatever, so that they can hold you accountable. Things like that. Or, a person that is like so unapologetically them and is so confident about their self, then start to hang around them or call them up. Now, if you don't know somebody off the top of your head, maybe it's time to just spend some time alone and just work on, journaling about things and loving on your body and, taking baths and taking care of yourself or doing some yoga. Or, if there's this insecurity, like maybe you're insecure about how your hair looks, the texture of your hair, stop wearing a weave or whatever. If you're wearing a weave because you're insecure about your hair, not saying I'm against weave, but I'm saying if you're doing it solely from the reason that you're doing it, the intention that you're doing it, it's because of a lack of love you have about your own texture of your hair, then stop wearing a weave and start wearing your textured hair and start wearing it out. And it may make you feel uncomfortable as heck. I swear it probably will. But over time, as you start feeling more uncomfortable about it, start Googling things for this kind of hair texture. What are some things that you can use for this hair, like hairstyles? What are some hair care products that moisturize or that tend to this kind of hairstyle? Like start working on that. And over time, it will make you feel very, very uncomfortable. I had to do this when I was wearing weave as well. I was wearing weave and not that I didn't like the texture of my hair, but I just didn't know how well mannered it was until I stopped wearing the weave. And then I started wearing my hair loose, and that took time for me to like adjust to like, this is my hair, and like, I don't, not to flat iron it. Like, what do I do to keep it curly? So I started looking into hair care products. Same thing that, I'm telling you guys. I started thinking about why do women shave their legs? Like, why is it, why do that? Why do we do that? Like, so I just stopped doing it. And then I got a lot of backlash, like, you don't shave your legs, or da 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 da. But then my grandma, she told me one time, like, no, down south, that's the thing. Like back in the day, that was like one of the things, like that showed your strength. And I was like, oh, that felt so good, So it's just different things that I did. I kind of did it the like radical way where I'm like, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna stop wearing my hair. I'm gonna stop wearing the weave. I'm gonna stop wearing the makeup. I'm gonna stop shaving my legs. Like, I just forced myself to like just accept my body the way it was and the way it grew out. And now, even the arms thing is fine, but you know, that was the way I did it, and it was hard. It was extremely challenging. Um, because you're doing something that people don't normally do. But, then next thing you know, I started meeting women that was like, I don't shave my armpits either, and they aren't musty, or I don't shave my legs either, or, wearing their natural hair, or not wearing bras. That was another thing. Like, there's this thing about women not wearing bras. Now, granted, I do have small boobs, so people like, if I got big boobs, I need to wear a bra. So I understand, everybody to each his own. Everybody can do something that other people can't do. Find out what really works for you. And even still that I have small boobs, people still talked about me about not wearing a bra. But so what? Then you find other women who don't wear bras either. It's just crazy. Sometimes you have to do it yourself. And that's what I mean. It may not happen the way that when you see somebody else and then you start doing it. It usually is like when you start doing something, you'll attract that energy that's going to affirm to you that like it's okay, other people are out here doing it, you're not alone, you're not crazy, things like that. So just to recap, one, accept the fact that you are insecure about something. Accept the fact that you're insecure about your small boobs or your tiny arms or your small frame or your big forehead or your hair texture or your small butt or whatever. Accept the fact that you are insecure about that, because really what's going to be attractive is when you can own that confidence, and despite what people say, that's what men or women or partners are attracted to. They're not attracted more so to the fact that, okay, she has small boobs, but when you start owning that, then the guys that, like big boobs or big butts, I just be like, I got small boobs. Like, whatever, well, I like big boobs, well, I got small ones, so it's just like when you're confident about that, people don't take on your insecurity as well. They don't feel like, yeah, it do look a little, because you're owning it. The confidence is what really calls in that partner. And you're going to want your partner to be confident as well. Confidence is attractive. So it's not about how big or small something is or how, the lack thereof. It's about your confidence and how you carry it and how you wear it. The second thing is to reflect on why you feel this way. Really sit down and think back on when you started feeling this way, because 9 times out of 10, it's not just something you started to feel about yourself. It's something someone else told you, and now you're taking it on and you're still carrying it with you. And it's not true. It's somebody else's insecurity that they projected onto you. And then the third thing is shift your focus. So either shift your focus onto something else that you do great and start capitalizing off that area, while at the same time, I'll say, and so shift your focus into something that you are great at and work on whatever it is that you need to work on, the insecurity. Whether it's, not wearing the makeup or wearing your hair out or working out a little bit more, doing things like that, because then it's going to build your confidence and you're going to be like, oh, well, it's not as bad as it looks. So, oh, I see I'm slimming down a little bit. Or, oh, I see, my hair isn't as bad. It usually with the hair thing for me, it was the thought of my hair. It wasn't when I actually started to wear it and train it and learn it and build that relationship with it. That's when I was like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I can't believe all this time I thought, sometimes we overthink something that we don't even go into it. We overwhelm ourselves before we even take action, and even get into it. It's kind of like, before we can even get, it's this saying or something like, it's the saying, I don't even remember at the time, but something of like, it's kind of like judging the book by its cover. Like we're always thinking it's worse than what it is until we step into it. Like you never say never, do it first and then see how it really is. And then the last one is to hang around people that uplift you. Either, find someone like a mentor that that is very positive and be like, hey, I was wondering if we can go to lunch or tea. I know we're in COVID right now still, but we're coming out. We're coming out. I believe in us. So, Either hang around those people or stop hanging around, and stop hanging around or spending so much time with people who are affirming your insecurity, who are affirming their insecurities, who are complaining about life, who are just miserable. Stop hanging around those people. And maybe you may spend some time alone. Now you got things to work on. If you're experimenting with your hair, then you got something to fill that time that you could be talking about with those people about your insecurities. Now you're actually washing your hair and looking for products and messing with your hair and stuff like that. Stuff like that. If you don't really know how to cook, or you feel insecure about not knowing how to cook, you could spend more time actually trying to learn how to cook or focusing on that craft than spending time with those friends that be complaining all the time. If you stop spending time with that friend, now you have more time to actually work out or go to the gym or something like that. It's not that we don't have the time, it's how we're using the time. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can take some things from it. This one journal entry. Write down the things that your body does well. If it's a body thing, what does my body do well? If your body has birth children, like my body has birth children, yeah, I got stretch marks, but these stretch marks came from me growing a human being inside of me, and or these stretch marks allow me to become thicker or whatever, or I'm human, I'm normal. Like stretch marks are normal. Stretch marks are becoming more normalized now, so I think that we're feeling a little bit better about it. I'm starting to see more like normalization around stretch marks. But yeah, just focus on, like, instead of like, this is what happened, be like, well, this is the beauty that came from this. So it's all about shifting your focus and shifting your perspective about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and peace out. Ooh, I've been sitting in Sukhasana for so long. Oh, just do a stretch, a neutral stretch, straightening my legs. Oh, my hips are stretched out though. Oh, have a great rest of your hump day.